Welcome back to Kip Plays Everyone. I'm Kip Elroy, and playing the part of everyone is me. We're back with more Citizen Sleeper 2, and I don't really remember what we're doing, but we'll figure it out together. Let's try here the rig. The rig is your ship and home in the Stalwart Belt. While the rig is docked at a hub, there are multiple areas you can visit. Bugs, galley, other locations. While the rig is at the dock at the hub, your crew will also help you to gather resources to contribute to the upkeep of the ship. You can choose which resources they focus on in the crew task on your left. They have a random chance of acquiring at the beginning of the following cycle. Okay, so this clock is okay, it'll progress towards an event. Okay. I don't know what that means. Oh, this kind of looks familiar. You put some distance between you and Lane, but you are sure that he'll close the gap as soon as he is able. Okay, so I think each time I complete an action, that kind of moves the clock forward. So what do we have that we can do here? We have rig bunk, shipboard sleeping quarters, shipboard kitchen. I think we do need to eat. So let's try that first. Supplies are typically saved for contracts, but when food isn't readily available, you've got to use what you've got to survive. Alright, let's see if we can... I think we did it. Did we do it? It looked like we did it. So now we have sleeping quarters, which I don't think we want to do yet. Let's try odd jobs. Nope, that's still making a meal. I guess let's go somewhere else. Export docks, maybe? Okay, you can perform actions by assigning action dice to them. Okay, all this looks familiar. So we have chat to crews, plenty of crews milling about, explore the docks, or export connection. Oh no, that's just the timer, I want to say. So there are plenty of crews milling about the docks. It could be a good source of info. Or explore docks, or we could just explore the docks. Why is that dangerous? Exploring is both thrilling and intimidating. Let's see what else we can do. We can trade scrap, or we can impress the brokers here. Data brokers are the heart of the exchange. They show off their knowledge by discussing decryption. Maybe if you can talk the talk. Sure, we'll try that one. Let's not put that there. Oh, nope, I did it already. Alright, well, we did it. And it was a negative outcome. Okay. Well, we're learning. I don't know exactly what that meant, that was negative, but... let's try to trade... No, that seems... I don't think I want to do anything dangerous just yet. But... maybe we can try something here. Let's try just chatting to the crew. It's 50-50. It's not dangerous, so I think we'll be okay trying it. Okay, neutral outcome. Let's see, what else can I do here? Can we just rest and recover? I mean, that's safe. Yeah. Why is that a 50-50? What's an what would be like a negative sleep? I mean, it's safe, so no. Okay, we just didn't sleep, I guess. I do not know what I'm doing here. That did something. Okay. And we're in trouble apparently. I already messed up. Without further explanation, he disappears down the corridor towards the rear of the ship. You drift out in the passage, pulling on your clothes, and glide down the length of the rig, the cool air making you shiver. Seraphin is a silhouette, silently leading the way. He stops at the far end, diverting through a side door, shooting you a glance as he does. You find Seraphin inside, holding one of the tangle of arm-thick tubes that are waving in the zero-G engine room. You know what these are? Tubes? Seraphin rolls his eyes, but you see a hint of a smile. Thanks, genius. These are the engine's feed lines. He waves one in the air, and before you ask, no, they aren't supposed to be waggling loose. What happened? These must have broken loose when we pushed the ship hard on the way out of the dark side. He looks at the mess. We're lucky the reserve tank is empty. Otherwise, he shakes his head. It would have been bad. But he pushes the pipe to the side. No feed from the reserve tank means the only rig's range is limited to the local region only. He thumps the large, lumpen housing of the engine. This thing can't take us anywhere far. But we need to leave. No doubt. Seraphin grimaces. We're going to need to fix this, otherwise no one's leaving. Seraphin whacks the engine housing again, harder this time. Just not been our run of luck. He turned and started gathering the tangled feed lines, his frustration evident in the violence of his movements. We'll need a new set of these, that's for sure. He starts forcing them through the crates. So how about you try to track them down? I'll take a look at things here and see if I can figure out another fix for the reserve tank. He glances up from his work. From what I've heard on export, Factory Row is the place to find ship fitters. Ship fitters. He glances up from his work. From what I've heard on export, Factory Row is the place to find ship fitters. Maybe you can do some recon while I sort this place out. It's on the other end of the station. Okay, I'll take a look. Seraphin keeps working. Wait. Seraphin pauses, seemingly unsure. There's something else. He drops the feed lines and they float, waving in the air like tubular seaweed. I've heard word that Lane is on the hunt. He frowns. A message went out everywhere in the local radius of Darkside. He's looking for us. Shit. You said it. Which is only why we need those feed lines. I'm gonna try to work something out. Maybe I can improvise a solution. I don't know. He looks down. I'm no ship fitter. But while I do, you go hunting. See what you can turn up, okay? He smiles a weak smile. Get going. You leave the engine room, the clanking sound of Seraphin's cleanup efforts echoing through the ship. Fuel feed lines. That's the next step. You take a deep breath and head out. Okay, so we've discovered a drive. Drive helps you track and choose your objective in Citizen Sleeper 2. Arrow button in the top left opens the drive menu where you can choose which drive to track. Once a drive is tracked, a yellow marker will be placed above any location that relate to the drive. Drives come in two major types, major and minor. On completion, a major drive reward 2 upgrade points and minor rewards 1. Keep an eye on the drive menu as you progress to see what new opportunities and objectives are available, and track those you want to pursue. Okay, so now what do we do? I guess we should just try and fill up the fill up the little circles here. Maybe. Let's just try sticking some dice and see what happens. Let's try to impress the brokers, and that was a neutral outcome. Okay, and we got that filled out the circle, so good job. Let's do engineer skill. Okay. Oh, that's 100% positive. That's what we want. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Okay, so now that's full. But what is okay, so I guess we're done there. And now we need to try and fill out one of these other ones. I think something new opened up just from doing that. We can eat at the canteen. Here you can eat in exchange for cryo. Eating gives you energy and stops you from starving. Oh, that's usually why you eat, you know? I mean, if it wasn't for starving, I probably wouldn't eat. But I mean, that's a real issue with. So let's try filling this out. I don't even remember what my skills are. So I have I have a wrench looking thing, I have a broken diamond and a full diamond, which are, okay, so I have Intuit, Interface, and Engineer. So Intuit and Engineer are my two best skills, but Endure is my worst, and then is the other one just red? I don't know what the other one is, but I can't seem to touch the other one. So we'll try and do our best with what we got. So yeah, Endure. So that one would not be good because we don't have that. We don't have that skill. So let's try to search the row. The factory owners of the row speak mostly in items in terms of supply and demand. But going door to door might help you find the shopfitter you need. Let's try just putting. That's not great. That's a little better. That's still not totally great. Okay. We got a trusted supplier. I feel like our outcome's gonna be worse if we try to put something there. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, it went down from like 4 to 2. Okay. Okay, so if I don't have the skill, it's just bad. It's just a bad time for everybody. I don't wanna. Can I keep? Okay, I can keep searching the row. I can keep doing stuff that I'm decent at. Let's try that again. Okay, we got a positive. Oh, okay. I'm starting to kind of get what I'm supposed to be doing here. So we only have a 3 dice now. Let's see if maybe we can put it somewhere where I can actually use it. That's not good. Ideally, I feel like we would want to put something not quite so dangerous there, or not quite so low there, to where if it is negative, we're not suffering for it. Maybe we can eat first so we can actually have some more dice. Do we have any money? Where's my money? Did that do anything? I don't know that did anything. Yeah, let's let's just try it again. We just need one more neutral. Okay. All right. Cool. That's all we needed. See, I don't know why we're making it so complicated. Factory row howls as you glide through its cramped passages. Whatever its many bays and rooms once were, they now serve as containers for industry of every kind. Warring manufacturers precisely engineer components with rapidly shifting arms, while scrappers hammer incessantly at bent ship plates. Everywhere you look, there's energy and activity, and for good reason. Hexport itself is built on the derelict fragments of a solar reflector, and even the small amount of energy generated by its remaining mirrors is enough to power a city of machines. It is familiar to you, of course, in a strange, far-off way, because of Darkside. That place and your memories of it are a muddy haze, but it is hard to forget the glint of its hexagonal reflectors, 10 or 20 times more in number than Hexport's, and that wild flickering city growing on their back like a tumor. In comparison, Hexport feels provincial, but deep in Factory Row, you can almost be back in Darkside. And then you see them, tubes, just like those Seraphim had waved in your face, feed lines. You push over to this display window of the unit marked Karsten Supply, in block capitals cut from the hull plate. There, amongst an angled shelf and of oversized ship components, sit the feed lines like some large biomechanical tangle of snakes. You slip inside where the sound of Factory Row is a little screened, and spot a large figure working at the bench, hunched over, concentrating. Seems he doesn't notice you enter. I'm never really good at these kinds of situations. Like, I will stand there and just wait for somebody to notice me at, like, anytime I'm trying to buy something or, like, order at a restaurant. Like, I'll just sit there and wait rather than, like, try and wave somebody down, because I don't want to be that person. So we're just going to wait patiently. You let him work, watching despite his heavy build, he delicately aligns the components, their layers slotting like puzzle pieces. After a few moments of observing the process, he turns his head a little towards you. Says he has a heavy accent, but it doesn't really specify what kind. Can I help you? Let's try making small talk. You see little reaction from the profile of Karsten's face. He grunts. Something you need? Before you can respond, he tracks your eyes to the feed lines at the window. He looks back at you like a subtly chained expression, and one you can't quite place. He turns with surprising grace and begins cleaning his hands on a cloth. Those sharp eyes scan you. The Karsten thick-set features do not betray the results of his assessment. Custom built those, for a client that never collected. He looks at his hands while he speaks, checking for stray oil stains. You have one of those old Mavs then? He sounds out the letters in a way you don't recognize as he speaks. I did not sound out those letters whenever I read it, but just pretend like I did. You try to recall anything you know about your ship, but the memories elude you. Perhaps Seraphim should have come along. I think so? Karsten squints a little. Right. Look. He drifts over to where you were standing, his imposing height evident. For a fellow enthusiast like you, he continues in a distinctive monotone. Let's say a few hundred cryo on clean shits? He shoots a glance at the feed lines. 400, let's say, to be precise. I don't have 400. Karsten looks you up and down and sniffs. It's expensive, I know, it's a shame, but it's just what they're worth. He screws up his mouth a little into something that might be a smile. However, I'm more of the bartering type myself anyway. Barter sounds good. Carson nods sagely. There's a little favor I need a crew for, and well, you look like you might be a good fit. He tucks the cloth away in a pocket and clasps his hands. I know of an old saw-arm wreck out there. Very old. Pre-collapse. It's tucked away in a dead zone, so no one has ever really cut it. He shrugs. Not only that, but saw-arm derelicts have a habit of triggering nasty security protocols when approached by an unfamiliar ship, so it's been left well alone. But a salvager like you, with an old saw-arm rig, I bet it wouldn't even flinch if it saw you coming. He smiles. I have a special interest, a need for that old tech. All those saw-arm ships have a data core, and while I don't care about the accounting reports or material ledgers or whatever they kept on the damn thing, I do care about the hardware. So if I were to find you back there with that data core in your cargo hold, clean cut and complete, well, then I could see my way to doing a straight barter for those feed lines. Carson pauses, sniffs at the air again. You just need the coordinates. Simple as that? Simple as that, he repeats, his monotone way. So, you interested? He glances back at his workbench, because I'm a busy man. I'll do it. All right then. He holds out a heavy hand for you to shake, and as you automatically reach out, he grabs your forearm instead. Carson pulls you closer, squeezing your arm. Let's keep this between us, all right? He half smiles, his face huge and close. It's our deal. Before you can respond, he thumbs a little drive in your palm. Those coordinates. And then he lets go of your arm. That, with what you swear is a wink. You take a moment to gather yourself, and by the time you do, a whirring fills the air. Carson having returned to his workbench. You turn and glide out of Carson's supply with the growing mix of anxiety and excitement in the pit of your stomach, and the cacophony of Factory Row in your ears. I don't know what that word is. A contract. Seraphim might even be impressed. You look at the drive in your palm and smile. This could be a route out. You think of leaving this place behind in possession of an improved ship, too. Suddenly, a small but firm hand falls on your back, an equally small voice coming with it. Hey, wait up! You turn in the passage to see a young woman, her hair waving from the rapid glide. She clearly just came out to catch you. She steadies herself, using your shoulder. Sorry. She smiles, a quick and flat smile. I wanted to catch you. I'm Junie. Her dark eyes flick around nervously. You notice the portable terminal she carries. Something data scrappers call a deck, and her backpack full of components and trailing wires. We'll be friendly for now. I feel like she might be able to help us. What's up? Karsten, she starts, still catching her breath. He sent me to grab you. She smiles, the flat smile again. Wants me to come with you on the job. Her eyes shoot down to the drive in the palm of your hand. She smiles again. Okay? Yeah. Okay, cool. So she looks around the passage. Should I meet you at the ship? And you can tell me when you're ready to go. Sounds good. Okay, great. Her eyes light up. She notices she still has her hand on your shoulder and takes it off. Junie pushes off and waves. Looking forward to working with you. She calls back as an afterthought. We should ask about what about the ship? Oh, I'll find it. She calls back and then disappears down the passage. You watch her go, glad of the contract, but nervous too. Will Carson keep up his side of the bargain if you deliver? that was kind of weird, but she seems trustworthy enough. In like in a scrappy sort of way, which may not be a good. I hope we don't come to regret that decision, but I feel like we can trust her. I don't know about this sleeper. He doesn't think we can trust her. I had a feeling that he wasn't going to trust her, but we're in good company. Seraphin looks nervously out of the rake windows as you finish explaining Carson's deal, as well as Junie's offer to help. This job was easy. Carson would have done it himself already. That means there's a catch. He frowns at the stars. There's definitely something going on about this. And there's definitely something going on with this Junie girl. He shakes his head. She would be useful, though. No doubt. Seraphin shakes his head. We desperately need help on a job like this. What if... Seraphin narrows his eyes. We could get the Cry together to buy the feed lines. Why? Carson wants to barter. You're right. I just can't shake the feeling that we're wandering in blind. Plus, Seraphin gives you a sly look. I did manage to turn something up in my station wondering. I found a contract board at the exchange further in station. He gestured towards Hexport. We take on a job that might get us some of the way towards buying those feed lines. Plus, even if we do want to take Carson's job, a bit of money to get ourselves prepared wouldn't be a bad idea. Fill up on fuel, supplies, be ready for whatever comes. Do we have time? Probably not, but without cryo for fuel and supplies, we aren't going anywhere. Just take a look at the contract board. See what you think. While you're at it, you might want to see if you can scar up some freelance crew too. Maybe many hands make light work and all that. Or we stop messing around, we take Carson's job right now and get it done before he can think twice. Seems like a whole set of bad options to me. Either way, I still got work to do on the drive. Seraphin nods farewell, heading back to the engine room. Let me know what you decide. For a moment you pause, letting the haze of the plans and ideas settle in your mind. Suddenly you curl up, pain shooting along your spine. You grit your teeth, your muscles lock tight. Your vision narrows as you squeeze your eyes shut. You feel a shift as if some connection is broken. It's almost impossible to describe. Like you're floating away from your body, dispersing, dissolving. There's nothing familiar in the pain, nothing to hold on to. You grit your teeth. And then another shift comes, and you're back in your body, trembling against the metal wall of the passage. The pain slowly fades, becoming a pulsing throb and then a residual flicker. You flex in 0G, stretching out the tension. There's a strange sensation of distance that persists beyond the pain, a disconnection between your body and yourself, a flickering numbness that refuses to recede. You wonder if the reboot has done something to your body, or if this is some new sensation you'll have to live with indefinitely. It strikes you that you know so little about your body that houses you. It could be moments away from collapse, or it might persevere for countless cycles like this. You try to shake off the feeling, pushing your hands against each other until they feel like they're yours again. Time is the only thing you need, and right now, feels like it's running out fast. You head for the airlock. You have work to do. Alright. Looks like we're all out of time for today, but I had fun. We'll definitely be playing more of this. So, look forward to more of that. I'm glad we actually got to play the game this time. This has been Kit Plays Everyone. And as always, thanks for listening.